didn't have the skirt on.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so very much for your presence this evening. I am touched. Thank you. And with that said, we will begin the meeting. We'll call this meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. If you could rise to say the prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we do that, I would like to make a motion to elect Trustee Taylor to participate remotely.
So move.
Okay, call the roll.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot,
Yes.
Trustee Mosley,
Yes.
Trustee Rowe,
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Present.
Okay. Is someone call her? Is she on?
I gave her the number. She had the number. Is she on there, Jussie? Okay.
Can someone just bring on Zoom?
Yeah, I gave her both.
There are some seats up here in the front. There are seats up at the front.
Come on in the front, Karen.
We made sure everybody took care of their hygiene, so you can come closer. Okay, while we're getting Trustee Taylor on the phone, I wanted to for the civility pledge. As a part of our administration, we're committed to fostering a positive, respectful, and collaborative environment. The Village of Glenwood is adopting a civility pledge. The purpose of this pledge is to reinforce the values of respect, professionalism, and constructive dialogue in all of our interactions. Among elected officials, the village staff, and with the community we proudly serve. Effective governance begins with mutual respect, active listening, and a shared focus on solutions that serve the community. I would ask that at this time that the elected officials that we stand and that we cite the civility pledge as a proactive step to move forward. You should have it, it's in your board package, and have it with you if you can. Leave your right pledge to, all together, treat all individuals with respect, courtesy, regardless of differences of opinions, backgrounds, or beliefs. To foster
a culture of open and honest communication, where diverse perspectives are welcomed and considered thoughtfully.
committed
To active listening, allowing others to speak without interruption, and seeking to understand before responding.
address disagreements,
Professionalism and decorum.
promote transparency,
And accountability. Responsible decision making.
to support
In
a
a positive
positive,
and productive environment in public meetings, ensuring that discussions remain focused, orderly, and respectful.
to uphold the values of integrity,
Inclusivity and service.
and all of the elected officials, appointed officials, the village staff will be asked to affirm this pledge as a visible commitment to these principles. The pledge will also be displayed publicly as a reminder of our expectations for ourselves and to set an example for our community. This initiative reflects my belief that how we engage with one another is just as important as the decisions we make. Together, through civility and cooperation, we can strengthen the public trust towards that. So, that. I ask for Representative call the roll.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Hadnot,
Yes.
trustee Mosley,
Yes.
trustee Rowe,
Yes.
trustee Williams. Trustee Taylor.
Yeah, I said. Oh, okay. Let me text her.
Deputy Clerk, would it be easier if she just Zoom?
She doesn't have a tablet. Or
Can someone just call on yourself? Okay, so, your name, she will be their name, because you hear the speaker. Okay, Jackson, bills payable.
Thank you, Mayor and guests. Bills payable for the May 9th, 2025 corporate was $286,624.08. Motor fuel tax was $202,058.81. Sewer and water, $66,107.62. Tip Main Street was $1,093.50. Glenwood Golf Course, $32,335.46. And then Tip Halsted South was $20,115.50. For a total, for all funds, of $428,335.71.
At this time, I'm looking for a motion to approve the bills payable for May 9th, 2025 as presented.
So moved.
Second. I'll second.
I really did.
I have one comment if I could make, Your Honor. Could we break down the Robinson Engineering bills as more than just tips or chip colors?
What I can do is in your board package, because the invoices are broken down that way, as opposed to just cutting multiple checks, we just do one, but I'll make sure for June, May 20th, moving forward,
I appreciate
you'll
that.
have the breakdown.
You
Any other questions, discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Hadnot,
Yes.
trustee Mosley,
Yes.
trustee Rowe. Trustee Taylor.
Motion passed.
Trustee Williams.
Motion passed. F. Jefferson, payroll.
So we had two payrolls this time frame. So the first payroll, or the check dated April 18, 2025, the administrative payroll was $17,419.15. Public Works, $11,579.09. Police Department was $109,612.08. Fire Department, $26,840.24. The Senior Center was $259.50. Elected positions were $6,274.36. Sewer and water, $21,504.03. And the Glenwood Golf Course, $23,033.41. For a total payroll of $216,521.80. Notables on this payroll were with overtime with police at $9,265.91, of which reimbursable was $1,778.96. Public Works, $205.62. Water sewer, $381.87. Fire Department, $116.21. Administrative was $24.75. Golf, $283.22. Paid on call was $11,676.87. Economic Development Stipend, $496.85. Deputy Clerk Stipend, $207.02. And that concludes the first payroll in this packet.
At this time, I'm looking for a motion to approve the payroll for the check date April 18, 2025 as presented.
So moved.
Second. Clerk Durden, if you'll call the roll.
I have a question. I'd like to know how the reimbursable police overtime is handled. So how do we submit to whoever we submit to for that reimbursement? Where do we see it when we get it back?
So mainly it's for the church, and they get invoiced per deputy petty court, or chief petty court's input for the month. So we do it on a monthly basis. The income does not hit the payroll account, it just goes into our miscellaneous income line on the corporate side of the books. Oh, and then step grant money comes directly to our bank account. That does also hit the overtime, but we do not do anything from that perspective. I believe the chief does.
Yes, we manage that with the only part of the transportation grant, step grant that we have. So we submit our message and our hours to them, and they reimburse us for you.
Thank you. Any other questions, discussion for April 18, 2025 payroll? Clerk Durden, call the roll.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot,
Yes.
Trustee Mosley,
Yes.
Trustee Rowe,
Yes.
Trustee Taylor,
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Motion approved. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to approve the payroll for the check date May 2nd, 2025.
You want me to walk through it?
Payroll for the second payroll, you had two payrolls.
Okay, so the second payroll was for check date May 2nd, 2025. Administrative payroll was $16,971.08. Public Works, $11,542.99. Police Department was $167,014.03. Fire Department, $25,101.89. Senior Department, $350.32. Elected positions, $1,071.31. Sewer and water, $21,436.98. Glenwood Golf Course, $31,794.25, for a total payroll of $275,282.85. The notables on this one, with overtime first, the police was $9,267.91, of which reimbursable was $2,448.04. Public Works, $205.62. Sewer and water, $381.87. Fire Department, $116.21. Administrative, $24.75. Golf Course, $283.22. The paid on call was $9,965.23. The economic stipend was $496.85. The deputy clerk stipend, $207.02. And then these next two big ones, our next two ones are the two big things driving the big change between two, since you're seeing two payrolls on this. We have a weapons proficiency payout that was $8,181.40, and a uniform allowance for $34,900. And both of those were only impacting the police department.
Questions?
So those last two amounts, those are per the union agreement, correct?
Correct.
Questions?
I just have a quick question. It's really small. So there's holiday of 0, like .00. Is that a misprint, or is that always going to be there now?
We could do a better job of cleaning that up, and if it's 0, we're not showing up on that part, so. It was 0.
But are you going to like decipher holiday pay in that?
Yeah, we've had holiday pay. Typically, it's when we're paying the police department for the time for holiday per the contract, and that's not an every week or every payroll period.
Clerk Irwin, please call the roll.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot.
Yes.
Trustee Mosley.
Yes.
Trustee Rowe.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor. Yes. Trustee Williams.
Motion passed. Now we'll open it to the public for comments. You can come up and just state your name. We don't need your address. If there's a space there, you can put your email address and your phone number to talk to.
Good evening.
Light on.
Yeah, no, it's on, okay. Janet Edna. I just wanted to say, I'm so excited to see all of you here, elected officials tonight. I'm excited for what's to come for Glenwood. Mayor Hart, I just want to say to you, the public preeminently voted for you, and you are entitled to choose who you feel you would trust to have in positions, regardless of race, color, creed, orientation, whatever. You make that decision, and so the public has given you that opportunity, so we wish you all of that. With that being said, I'd like to just say something I'd like you all to think about. Trustee Mosley, Trustee Brown, Trustee Williams, Trustee Taylor, Trustee Roll, Trustee Hadnot, Clerk Durden, Mayor Hart. Remember the acronym THINK. T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? K, is it kind? If you keep that acronym in mind, you can do good for Glenwood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brenda Claiborne. I'm the 911 East London 93rd, and I've resided there for 48 years. I experienced a home invasion on November 18th in broad daylight. I went to court for discovery, Markham Courthouse, a week from today. I am very upset over how things are being handled. I arrived on time, 9 o'clock, and was told that one of the perpetrators is now in drug treatment program, and that a continuance was ordered to June 11th. What bothers me and has destroyed my peace of mind, I live alone, I'm a senior, broad daylight. I want to know where this statistic of my break-in has been reported by our village. I'm more upset about the fact that I live alone, and even tonight, a neighbor brought me, I'm very rarely out in the evening. This was in broad daylight, and I had a doctor's appointment, so I was gone right in 3 hours, and it was extensive, and I want more information shared, because if it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone residing in Leavenworth.
I'm so sorry to hear about your traumatic experience, but I will get with Chief Betty Cole, and we will take your question and get back to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And regarding tonight, I'm having difficulty hearing. I want everyone to please use your mic, because I could not hear.
Hey, I'm Darren Cisco Watch here. I want to say welcome to the new administration. You guys look good, and I'm really, really excited. To piggyback off of Janet, I'm excited for our future, the future of Glenwood, and can't wait to see what we're going to do moving forward. And Mayor Hart, as you were talking about the civility pledge and what it meant, was very exciting, hopeful, I'm inspired. And he said, okay, we're going to read it together as one. I have to be honest and say that was the most pathetic thing that I've heard. From the back, all we heard was like mumbling, rumbling. So I don't know if maybe some people didn't get to read it before today and weren't ready, or if they don't believe in the pledge. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I had every time we have a meeting, we do the pledge of allegiance. We're one voice, one sound. And we're speaking because that's what we believe in. So I'm hoping that even though we didn't get the one voice, one sound today from the civility pledge, that we're going to move forward, you know, because like I say on every post up on the CLG page, we are stronger together. So again, that was a little hiccup, at least for me, but I'm so excited about what we're going to do, and I'm looking forward to it, and congrats to you and everybody else that's here. Thank you.
Kerry Durkin. You want my address? I want to congratulate Kevin on his retirement and thank him on behalf of the citizens that aren't here for all he has done for their families when their 911 call went out to the fire department. I've been to the hospital with them, not often, but I've seen the way his department behaved, and that courtesy and generosity of everything that the village gave was through the leadership in that department in the fire service. And there's 5 of us up there that he served under. And thank you from all.
Good evening, newly elected and previous officials. It's odd to be on this side of the podium for once. I did want to echo those sentiments. Congratulations, Chief, on service well done. I know we might not agree on a lot of things, but you serve the community, and I appreciate you. So I wish you well in your retirement. I know there were just 2 things, and just one, the first one just kind of trickled over from the previous administration, and it doesn't have to be an answer now, but just another suggestion. If we can either add open to the public at the end of the action items, or add 2 segments for it, because I think a lot of times, even following board meetings, I remember as I was on board, is that oftentimes when a discussion is happening, although residents might have had a question initially, sometimes they might not have understood what was on the agenda, following conversation might have prompted more conversation. So just as a suggestion, we can consider that. And I want to thank you, Ms. Hadnot, for making a statement about the mayor having the appointment to make who she does. And I wholeheartedly agree that is a right that the mayor deserves in her seat. So I appreciate that. But as a former elected official, not only is the mayor's appointment, but it's also the trustee's responsibility to consent and to hold those appointees accountable for whatever good or bad that they do. And so I hope that as whomever is appointed, that trustees are doing their due diligence and are also holding them accountable. As I knew I was on the board, I seem to do so even as a resident. If there's concern, I think that we should be able to speak up to it, whomever it is, and address those issues that are. So thank you, congratulations to you all, and thank you.
Thank you. Melinda Platt, 423 West Bella. I've always tried to speak to the board, the prior board, about finances and expectation as a resident, that we be informed of the best, most accurate information possible, so that you can make the decisions that are accountable, credible, things of that sort. And I must make a statement from the last meeting. Trustee Rowe, you asked for an accounting of the motor fuel tax. What was the total amount? And that's the information that should have been available to you when you came here. I would expect that you shouldn't vote on that type of information unless you have the most credible, up-to-date information. You looked in your packet from 2 weeks ago and found it was $1 million. We know in 2 weeks, many transactions could happen, and it probably wasn't $2 million. Maybe it was more, maybe it was less, we don't know. But we would expect that that information would be available. Otherwise, I would expect you to table it until the information is available. You also asked, could the accountant keep a record of everything that you spent for the motor fuel tax? And he said, no, it's only going to be available upon invoice. That's not a good answer. Because I don't know if you know how much you voted for in that same fund from the prior week, because you came up with $1 million. The invoice is one thing, but the accrual is another. So I would expect our accounting department to have information for you, and not to tell you that I'll only do it by invoice. The accrual should be provided to you so you know exactly what you're voting on. And so I would expect, if you don't have the information that you need, table it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening, Deborah Birmingham. First, I want to congratulate all of those here who were elected. Congratulations. And before I go further, I do want to thank Chief Welch for his service as school board president. When we were going out, I went to Chief Welch to get the research to ask questions about the old middle school. He was very helpful, letting me know what needed to be done and what was and was not necessary. So Chief Welch, I do thank you for your service. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have a concern. I brought this concern to the board several times over the past few years, and I want to go on record on saying what I've said before. Mayor Gardner failed me as a resident, and I feel as though he failed others in our community. I brought before the board several times my concerns regarding the overgrowth, the weeds, my neighborhood feeding the wildlife. I presented my arms before the board as well as pictures of the breakouts that I've had as a result. Time and time again, I even had my attorney to send the board a letter reminding the board that it is your ordinance that is not being carried out. I reminded Mayor Gardner that several times.
I even have him to come over to my house. He has to come over to my house so he can look into the neighbor's yard. That's when that wasn't necessary. And help us see all the overgrowth. I am hoping, as I asked Mayor Gardner, that we can work together as neighbors. We are neighbors. Let's work and do what we can to be a help to each other. As each one of us maintain our property, it helps the entire village. So once again, I want to say congratulations to all of you. There's a lot of hard work ahead, but I trust that if we're working together and if we're looking out for the benefit of the community, we can move forward. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Robert Murdoch. I'm at 1102 Wisconsin Street, Glenwood, Illinois. And I'm proud to say that. I'm so blessed to see the people that's on the podium and the roster today. It does my heart well. I don't want you to feel that the things I say might be a political conversation, because it's not. It's coming from my heart. I think that we have a situation where today I was out and I was on my way in and I happened to see some people, a mother and son out, beautifying their yard. And I drove to my house and then I made a U-turn and came back to speak to them, as neighbors should, that don't know one another, trying to greet one another. And they were kind enough to have a conversation with me, and I asked them about beautifying the community this coming Saturday that Ms. Mills is involved with. And the lady told me, we need to do this because we haven't had this information before about the new election taking place like it was. She then told me, and I can't remember the name, but she promised me that she would be here tonight. Now, I don't know if she's here or not. I would love to turn around and see. But before I do, if she is here, she told me she had a conversation with you, Mayor Hart, and that she wasn't pleased, that she challenged you. And I thought it was a personal challenge. But she said she was on the phone, so it was a text back and forth thing. But she said she didn't vote for you. She said that her husband and you had worked somewhere together, and so she don't know what he voted. Now, I'm taking a long time to say that, but more importantly, what it was is that she said that she would come, she would get more involved. And what I'm saying tonight is that I hope that we can find some kind of solution where each one teach one. So the example that I'm giving is by me turning back around to go talk to a neighbor who's lived here for 23 years, and I never met them or saw them before. And yet still that she says that now through our conversation, and I told her my political fight was over with already, so I wasn't trying to get no political conversation, but I was being very realistic that we need to work with our community. We keep saying one for all, Glenwood, but we're not acting like it. Let's say that some of us see our neighbors and some of us know a few, but I guarantee you, I don't know that many on my block, and they've been living here longer than I have. But I just want to see if she's here. She's here. Would you raise your hand, please? Don't make me feel disappointed when you I'm going to go knock on the door again. I'm going to get her to one of these meetings so she can meet you personally, okay? That being said, I just hope that we as a community can really reach out and start touching our neighbors and talking to them and becoming friends and becoming acquainted with each other like we used to in old days. That's the end of that. Secondly, I received a notice on my phone talking about smoke situation taking place with the sewer system. And some of the people last night at our homeowners association meeting was not aware of it. They hadn't received any kind of confirmation about it. But it was supposed to start the day until the 16th. So if you have somebody that can explain it to the people that's here, I think they would like to know, because they're saying that some smoke could come up in your house, and I told them I don't want you to get high. Smoking the smoke, nothing like that. I was just trying to put a smile on my face, because I know it's stressful up there right now. Y'all agree with that, right? See that? I'm getting ready to stand right now. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
One more.
Leon Hills, 07 South Minerva Avenue. I too want to congratulate those who were elected and congratulate those who are leaving office. And also you, Chief, you did the yeoman's job. And, I take a little brag on the side, too. But Chief has been here a long time. And My wife was known as the boss. He calls her the boss. There is some constructions going on, and you know, my issue has always been air pollution, water situations. On Cottage Grove, where we have the Assumption Cemetery, and at the very south end of that cemetery, there's some construction going on. I have a picture here. May not be clear, but I'd like you all just pass it around and look at it. I don't know what they're doing, but I am under the impression that they're doing another truck or warehousing situation. I've been around here before, and we talked about situations. We've had Brookwood Point Homeowners Association come up with big numbers. I have submitted reports to the board. I've not heard anything back. I'm the type of person where, first of all, I will deal with local government, and if local government does not respond, then I pick it up to the next level. I have talked to some senators. I have talked to Robert Kelly's office. I have talked to commissioners from the county, because air pollution, and when you have older people, and I'm one that has a COPD issue, then it is tough. And the pollution levels can kill you and cause all types of diseases. And I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but I have submitted a report. I received nothing back from Ron Gardner, nor the sitting trustees at that time. I had one trustee say it's a nice report, written well, but I did not receive anything back. I am deeply concerned because I asked that the truck traffic be routed away from Glenwood, from the homes. I've even given a way I think the trucks should be routed. Nothing has happened. I do not think trucks are being ticketed when they come through Glenwood. When they leave a Class 2 road and they come into areas where there's homes, they should immediately be ticketed. I don't care if you give them a warning ticket or whatever, but the behavior of these trucks is it's disgusting. And they come to a route where we have 3 schools. They come to a route where we have condominiums. They come to a route where we have seniors who will sit out in front of the retirement home, et cetera, and they all have to read these funerals. The federal government is not helping us. It's gotten worse since this last election. And right now, there's letters being written from USPO to Donald Trump, but he still wants to be allowed to reopen those steel mills. And they're asking that they get away from pollution. All that stuff comes this way, and I'm saying that I will fight the fight, but I hope that the new administration will fight that fight with me. We deserve clean air, and we deserve clean water. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Okay, with that, we'll move to new business. First item on the agenda is acknowledgement and acceptance of notice and confirmation of fire chief retirement. I yield the floor to Chief Kevin Wall.
Mayor Hart, this letter serves to confirm our recent discussion regarding my retirement from the position of fire chief for the village of Glenwood. My official retirement date will be effective May 20, 2025. I remain available to support a smooth transition and can be contacted regarding any pending matters that may require input. It has been a true honor and privilege to serve both the village and the fire department. I am proud of the work I have accomplished and confident in passing the torch to the next generation, with the department being in strong standing. Please let me know if there's any further information or action needed to complete this transition.
chief for years and have observed and witnessed his due diligence in his work. He won't be missed because he will not be going very far. So that he will be around, and we will at a later date announce a retirement celebration for him to honor his commitment, his dedication to the residents, to the village, to the employees, and we look forward to building on the foundation that he has left. We appreciate you. Thank you. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to accept the notice and confirmation of the fire Kevin Walsh retirement.
I'll make that motion.
Any questions?
Don't say no
Where do you want the party?
Call the roll.
Trustee Brown.
I do not want you to retire. I'm just joking, yes.
Trustee Gagnon.
Yes.
Trustee Mosley.
Yes.
Trustee Rowe.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Pass. The next, I'm looking for a motion to confirm the appointment of Odison Murphy Frazier in that office to serve as the village attorney in Prosper.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Questions?
I second.
That in the board's packet, you had an introduction letter, you had the engagement agreement, you had the fact sheet to be able to do it. Call the roll.
Trustee Brown.
Sorry, before I say my vote, it's a lot to read. I know that I'm not prolific in attorneys or the law, but I would have liked an opportunity to read a little bit more about the law firm. So let me ask you a question. Mayor Hart, are all four of these lawyers that's on the page going to represent us? Which one? Is it going to be 2, 3, 1? Or the whole, I mean, like who sits up here, for example?
Good question. That through my, well, first answering your question, Odison Murphy Frazier, that was his partner, that is the name of the firm. Ross Steckler and Felicia Frazier will be the representative. With a particular firm, it gives us access to having some diversity. So that whatever those legal questions are, that as opposed to a one fit all model, we would have access to have some diversity. So we will have access to that diversity.
Were there any other law firms that you looked at other than them you really have confidence, or you preferred them over any other law firm that you could have chosen?
That through my not-for-profit work, I have become familiar with their dedication to giving back to the community they represent. I have been particularly impressed, as I said, them having a diverse team and collaborating approach with our firms and focusing on ensuring municipalities' resources are used effectively. Also, in looking at that and other firms of working with my not-for-profit work, that you're getting access to more than 6 competent qualified attorneys, but notably less than what we were paying the prior firm. So in answering your question, I'm confident in their integrity and ability to serve the village.
One more question, I think. So we have access to 6 of them, okay, right? 2 of them will be on retainer for the village. Or one, or you interchange, like when one can't come, like Felicia will be here, or she can't come. Who said Mr. Ross? What time?
Second part. We have Attorney Frazier who's standing there, that she can speak more to the representation of that, but you have access to all the partners. Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to, and I know there's a lot to, it's a lot to absorb. You have the information in front of you, but since I'm here, I figured I could come before you and I could tell you a little bit about myself. I've been with, I am one of the named partners at the firm. I am Frazier, so I'm the F, and I'm very proud of that. In my prior life, I was an assistant state's attorney in domestic violence, and I've been with the law firm for 25 years. My areas of expertise where I head the departments are labor and employment, municipal work. I represent several municipalities in the south suburbs, the village of Matheson, Calumet Park, University Park. I do Dalton. I also am head of our school division, and additionally, also present here is my partner Ross Seckler. So to answer the question, as far as who would be the main contacts on the account, it would be myself and Ross, because you do have the 2 meetings every month. Ross split those meetings, and that's if someone is sick, or we both are able to stay abreast of what's going on in the village. So we would be your main contacts, but because our firm is pretty much a one-stop shop, if you have PTAP work, it goes to the department that handles the PTAP. If you have economic development, it goes to the partner or the attorney that handles the economic development. And so that's the great thing about our office, is that we can pretty much handle everything in our office. We have 23 attorneys, we have litigation division, so of course Mike McGrath, who's a named partner, heads litigation. If you have litigation and we're handling it, Mike gets it and he assigns it out to the attorneys. And we always keep abreast of what the other person is doing, so there's never, typically if Ross is coming to a meeting, he's going to, if I was at the last meeting, I'm going to know what's going on so that everyone is abreast of what's going on. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask me or Ross, but we are excited about the possibility. This is what we do. We are experts in the area, and I don't think that you would find another firm that could meet our caliber of attorneys. I am a little bit biased, but I think it's actually a very honest and accurate opinion as well. So, free to answer any questions if you have them.
How do you spell your name?
The first, F-E-L-I-C-I-A. Yes. That's how your name. You don't see too many of us spell the way that you do.
I do have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I heard that you stated that your firm works in multiple municipalities. Are you able to tell us exactly how many?
We're about 20 to 25, and we also represent school districts, park districts, townships. So it's about 20. Yes, as general counsel, some we just do the labor work, or some of the special work, but yes, as general counsel, it's about 20. Yes.
So do the meetings ever overlap? Like our meetings are the first and third Tuesdays. So a lot of the municipalities, their meetings are kind of scattered. Do they overlap, or does that pose a scheduling problem?
It's never a scheduling problem for you guys. It'll be our scheduling problem, and we'll enable that And that's what Ross and I were able to do with this particular account, because that's the first thing that we looked at was, okay, what are the meetings, and does it conflict with anything else? But there are some of our meetings where we can send some of the associates because, they know the account and it's not a new account, and they've, been going or stepping in for us for years. So, no, it won't be a problem for you, but that's why I said it would be Ross and I, because you do have the 2 meetings.
And I also trust you, Rob, that it was clear and entered into the engagement, that you have that, these are the first of the expectation of having a representation. I was just letting her know that, it was made known that the first and the third is, our meetings or representation of consistency.
This is my last question. So my only concern, I'm very impressed with you. You're awesome. But I'm very impressed with what you've told us so far. My only concern is that you have so many municipalities. I know it's divided between the 2 of you, but then you just said, like, if you 2 can't make it, then you can send one of the other 23. So I think that, or somebody else could come from the firm. Let's see, if you can't come, I know you're going to split it. That's what you said at first. If you can't come, he can come. If he can't come, you can come. If neither one of you can come to represent us on a given Tuesday, I think that I heard you say that you would send someone else from the firm. Did I hear that correctly?
No, when I was referencing the sending someone else, it was with the other accounts that I have that we've had for a while, where she was asking if there was a meeting that would conflict with your meetings. And that's why I said it's not going to be your issue, it'll be our problem to figure out. And that's what we've already done. We've had that discussion prior to you coming tonight. The only way that you would have it where it wouldn't be either myself or Ross, if for some reason we both were on vacation at the same time, and if that happened, Bert would, the owner of the firm, would lose it. So that's not gonna probably happen. Or if both of us were sick at the same time, something like that. But it would be either Ross or myself, unless it was just a very, an isolated case of some, or we had to, attend a function of some sort. But other than that, it would be us.
How long is the representation, Mayor Hart, through your term? Correct. It's always through the term of the sitting mayor, unless you're unsatisfied or something?
No, annually we will review all contracts to adjust as needed and to see if it's meeting our needs.
Thank you.
So we'll review in 6 months and then annually, then we will look at the process.
Any more questions for you? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Call the roll.
Trustee Brown.
I'm going to abstain.
Trustee Hannah. Yes. Trustee Mosley.
Yes.
Trustee Rowe.
Yes.
Trustee Taylor. No. Trustee Williams. Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. Next agenda item, I'm going to, in light of the upcoming transition, I'm requesting a formal proclamation of Deputy Fire Chief Kevin Wash Jr. to assume the role within the Glenwood Fire Department. Deputy Jr. has dedicated nearly 2 decades to the department and has met all the necessary qualifications for this leadership position. His promotion will ensure continuance and stability within the fire department operations during this period of change. This appointment will also allow me to work closely with the newly appointed fire chief as we both acclimate to our respective roles and focus on delivering high-quality public safety. services and maintaining responsible resource management. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to accept the appointment of Deputy Fire Chief Kevin Walsh Jr.
So you got a first and a second.
Questions?
Did you want to say a few words?
I was gonna say speech.
Should we say roll first? So that, yes. You call the roll, please.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Hatton?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Rowe?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
All right. Speech.
Didn't have a speech prepared. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to the challenges ahead, and I don't know where to look at right now. Maintaining fiscal responsibility as we move through and continue to build on the services that we've been offering so far. So I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
And so that you know, at the at May 20th, next board meeting, we will actually do the official swearing in of the appointments made this evening. Next agenda item, at this time, I'm requesting a motion for the appointment of an interim village administrator, James J.R. Patton, to serve as the interim village administrator while I conduct a comprehensive assessment of the village's current administrative structure and determine the most effective way to utilize this role to meet our long-term service need. During this interim period, JR will provide oversight to the police department, public works, and Woody Golf Course. This will allow me to concentrate on the fire department, human resources, and the fiscal department as I continue to transition into my role as mayor. While I have not worked directly with JR, I am well acquainted with his leadership and municipal expertise through my not-for-profit engagements in Calumet City. His extensive experience and proven ability to provide effective oversight will be invaluable as I take the next 6 months to fully acclimate and evaluate the village operational needs at every level. The compensation package for this interim appointment will be prorated at the 6-month term at the aligned salary. It will not include any medical, health, life insurance benefit, nor a company car.
Madam Mayor, okay, with this one here, I have, just want to ask you this. I would like to table this. Can't hear you. I didn't get this, I'm sorry, but I didn't get the, okay, I didn't get you today.
We can't hear you.
Okay. Well, I was explaining to the mayor, I didn't get this information until last night. Okay. I have some concerns. I received some phone calls today. Things I'd like to discuss. That if I can have another week, our regular meeting next week, I would feel much better.
In the interim, in the sake of time and moving the village forward, I would, ask that.
And I was expecting a witness to come here tonight, but so far they haven't showed up. But I really would like to
that if we can, that on there, I was looking for a motion to confirm the appointment of interim village administrator, in an effort to move the village forward. It is my intent, as I indicated, this is an interim, that we will do a comprehensive assessment to do a national search. But in the meantime, that we need to have someone that I can work with on the day-to-day in splitting up those departments forward. So I would like to have a motion on the floor to so move. Second. Clerk Durbin, if you can call the roll.
Trustee Brown.
So do you just do you just bypass the, I'm asking for real, do you just bypass his table motion? Like,
Yes, I want to call the motion on there, just call it to vote, to be able to call it to vote. I don't see a need that we need to table. We have open discussion about any concerns that there may be regarding my request for on the floor. So we are here to have, to address any questions, and to any concerns that you have regarding the motion, we can have that discussion.
is it possible to discuss this in closed session?
To have that, working at this open discussion of any concerns that you have.
In regards to last JR settle to podium for questions.
All right, so that's why I was like that, if there's a question. There's a motion on the floor. We have a first and a second. We have a first and a second. If you have any questions, we can have Mr. Patton to come up. If you want to address any questions with them, if you want to, you have the resume, and so if you want to come up, if there's any questions for him, would like to have, any questions?
I believe that before we vote on any, or vote on any department head, interim or permanent, that the goal or the role of the trustee is also to give the advice and consent to the mayor before we put anyone in that type of position. That's just kind of protocol. I got your credentials late last night and didn't realize that till this morning. And then I worked all day. I'm just prefacing by saying this, I have not had a chance to thoroughly look at your resume. I haven't had an opportunity to look at your credentials. I skimmed some of it. I know that you were in Calumet City. I know that you ran for mayor. I know that you have some experience in this capacity. But I have not had, and I can vote, but I'm just saying I have not had the opportunity. I'm making a statement before I ask the question. because we have a right to do that. My question is, what is the salary? We asked for an executive closed session, but you didn't give us that, just to talk amongst ourselves, so we can, okay?
Mike.
I'm sorry. The salary of the village administrator is public information. That's $27,000. It's a temporary position. That salary will be prorated as anything else.
What does your first 100 days look like in the village of Glenwood?
Sure, thank you, Trustee Brown, for that question, and all of you. Thank you all for allowing me to come forward and address you and answer any questions. The first 100 days for me is going to be working hand in hand with Mayor Hart as well as all 6 of you on the Board of Trustees. Obviously, the first portion of that is going to be learning my way around Village Hall and the employees and the staff that are here, and identifying needs and areas of improvement or things that are going correct. So the first 100 days for me are going to be, again, working hand in hand with the mayor as well as you all, assessing the situation here in the village and starting to chart a course forward, put a plan together. So I hope that anybody coming into a position like this interim basis is not going to come in here and tell you what the village needs, because I'm not going to be able to stand here tonight and tell you what the village needs to do. Moving forward, the first thing I need to do is come in, listen, assess, and work with the mayor as well as the 6 of you to chart a course forward. So that's the short answer to your question. Is the first 100 days is going to be learning, getting up to speed as quickly as I can, and making an assessment.
Any other questions?
So, with all fairness and respect to you, because I know it's like to be on that side of the podium. For me, I have questions that I'd like to ask you in the closed session where my colleagues and I, and it's a little more intimate, some of the questions that I'd like to ask, because as a trustee, it is our job to do our due diligence. You'll be in charge of handling our finances and have access to information, that is a big deal to us. And so, for me, I have questions, I have things that, I would like a response to. For me to make a decision, I'd like for us to be in closed session and work with you to make a vote in your favor. Those are some of my concerns.
Trustee Bro, I did indicate tonight that in this interim position, Mr. Patton will oversee Glenwood, the police department, and public works. I will maintain the finance department, human resources, and the fire department. So he would not be handling finance, whatever questions or concerns you might have regarding that. I will maintain the responsibility of that position.
And you say the interim is 6 months, correct, until you make a decision to yes or no?
Yes. Any other questions?
Yeah, I do have. I know I heard you say that you've worked with them on some nonprofit work in that city.
No, I did not say that. I said, well, I have not worked with him directly. I am familiar with his work through us. While I was the CEO of the not-for-profit child welfare agency program in Calumet City, and I did have a relationship with the prior mayor, while I also have a relationship with the current mayor and Representative Jones.
Was Mr. Patton willing that day, or how was he selected?
Through working in the prior knowledge and being able to loyalty and trust is paramount in this position to that. I did not want to just fill a seat to have a body in the seat. I wanted to make sure that I can make an assessment so that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot as we have in the past, to be able to have someone there, as this is a part-time role, to have someone in the seat that can take that direction to implement our vision, and giving that opportunity to make a fair and full assessment, to bring additional information forward of what that position should actually look like and who would be, so that we can have the right person in the seat for the betterment of the residents of Glenwood.
I do agree with your analysis that, to hire and you, I guess I was just trying to understand how he was selected, in the process.
Like anything else, assessment, we're not looking at what it is that I would need as the city mayor to acclimate myself to the role, and having someone that is important to have that experience that can also hit the ground running.
So in 6 months, if you haven't selected one, what happens next?
That we will come back to the board, but as I believe in having quality assessment, those are things that we can talk about on a monthly basis. It is not the intent to wait until the deadline, right, to be able to do that. So I will be continually assessing on a daily basis.
So is Mr. Patterson going to be considered for long-term tenure with us after 6 months? Is that a possibility?
That we will do a search, and certainly that everyone is welcome to apply, and based on what it is the needs is, if we're talking hypothetical, then we may need to just change the job description, right? If we, previous administrator, that if the issue became that also included having a chief financial officer, we won't really know what we don't know until we really do a comprehensive assessment, as opposed to making job descriptions for individuals. We need to make descriptions the village needs and not the needs of an individual. Okay, call to question. Can you, roll call?
Trustee Brown.
I am voting just for the 6-month interim that you have said. Can you please call to order?
Call to order.
Because we just did the civility pledge.
Public, can we please give the floor to the trustees to vote without comments? Thank you. Trustee Brown?
Thank you, and I do believe in the civility pledge. Thank you so much. I think it's great. I will vote for the 6-month interim as what you said only. The answer is yes.
Trustee Hanna. Yes. Trustee Mosley.
Yes.
Trustee Rowe.
I abstain.
Trustee Taylor. No. Trustee Williams.
No.
It's a tie. I'll break the tie. Oh, yes. The next agenda item is appointments, and again, the appointments that will be made. We will do the official swearing in for the appointments on May 20th at the regularly scheduled board meeting. I am looking for a motion to appoint to the Fire and Police Commission Roger Murdoch. And we have that before, and can call the roll. Get a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay. Clerk Durban, will you call the roll?
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Roll?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor? Trustee Williams?
Yes.
I'm requesting confirmation to appoint Fire Police Commission, Leon Lynch.
No, second.
Second. Questions? Clerk Durban, call the roll.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Roll?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Thank you. Second, I am requesting confirmation appointment to the Finance Committee. Melinda Plott. Questions? Clerk Durban, call the roll.
Trustee Brown?
Abstain.
Trustee Hadnot?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Roll?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Thank you. I'm requesting confirmation of appointment to the Finance Committee, Senior Advisor, Leon Moore.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Roll?
Yes.
Trustee Taylor?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
Thank you. I am requesting confirmation of appointment to the Finance Committee as Trustee Michelle Mosley.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. I have a question. What is that? I mean, what would be your responsibility as a board liaison to the finance committee?
I will work back to the board. I will report back to the board what happens in the finance committee.
Won't the finance committee tell us if we're at the finance? Oh, am I supposed to talk directly to her, or should I address you? I just don't want to, you talk to the address this year, I just want to make sure I'm in. I can trust you. Okay. Oh, I can address you, okay. So can you just, she just said that she will come back to the board to discuss what happened in the finance committee as a liaison. If we're in the finance committee meeting, won't the finance committee, no, it doesn't work like that? Just tell me how it works.
Just ask the liaison and stress that because she's a board member, that in the Finance Committee is not a recommended body. Just as she says, the liaison, she'll be the conduit to the board with regards to respect of what transpires in there, so that we have minutes and note taking and that kind of stuff. So once we visit the ordinance and what that is, that it is our hope that the board will ensure that we get information in a timely fashion and to keep us on track.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other question? Okay. Clerk Durkin, call the roll.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Hadnot?
Yes.
Trustee Mosley?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Aye.
that means the new business. Do we have any old business? I would like to share old business, just a reminder that received the information that Saturday, May the 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we're hosting Mayor's Office and Village Trustee. We're hosting a community unity brunch at Glenwood Hills Golf Course. We will have Dr. Keisha McCaskill, the new Cook County Commissioner, there with a resource table. It is our intention to be collaborative partners with our surrounding neighboring communities, with the mayor's communities, as well as our elected official, with the township, with Bloom Township, with the libraries, with the schools, and with the business, and highlighting those monthly. So there will be a resource table there so that we can educate the public regarding information that we can use here in the village of Glenwood. At that time, we also will be seeking volunteers to serve on various village committees while gathering the community's feedbacks and their ideas and looking at how to fill not only the vacant committee positions, but also vacant positions here within Glenwood. It's important to have your ideas, to listen to what your voice is, and so we invite you out, invite a neighbor to join us at the Community Unity Brunch on Saturday. Also that we have here the CEO of Glenwood Academy, Mary Hopley. I sent you a letter, but I wanted to extend my sincere thanks to you and the color guards for their presentation of unity at the ceremony. And then I just need to say I have Attorney Felicia keeping me on my toes. We had number 7, the resolution of the civility, but we will table that one until the May 20th to be able to pass that resolution so that it is public on our website. It will be publicly displayed here. And then we also would ask that a community a part of that resolution, but also the civility pledge. So with that, old business.
Wait, hang on. I got a couple things to say on new business. One is that a resident of Glenwood, as well as a relative of mine, had her dog mauled on Mother's Day by a pit bull in Glenwood, that it has been documented by the police department that this dog has had multiple complaints from the neighborhood. It has attacked several other dogs before. The resident, even though it's been fined, has never paid a fine. And I'd like to know, for other people that have their dogs attacked, etc., what do we do when a dog, it's a dog, it's not a human, it's a dog that continues to aggressively attack, is dangerous, lives by the park. Another woman was running from the dog. Somebody called the police and said the resident was screaming. They heard her screaming because she was trying to fight the pit bull off of her dog, didn't succeed, and the dog is near death right now. I'd like to know, what do we do about vicious animals or dogs like that? How many more fines do we have to give before that dog is taken out of the house or taken out of this world?
What we have to do, what we have done, designate that particular animal as an endangered dog in our ordinances. The owner will have 30 days of compliance with the mandated structure to keep the dog confined, which is a concrete band, 6-foot fence, not to be able to without outside of the house without muzzle and proper leash, less than or no greater than 3 foot in length. And we'll have to have a $1 million insurance policy on that. Another step that we go to is to try to go through the courts to get a court order. To do that, we need to have confiscate the dog with the court order. We have to have an professional veterinarian assess it and give a declaration that that dog is vicious to get a court order to try and have the animal seized and put down, which is very challenging. Hopefully, the owner will realize that to come into compliance with our ordinances, they will either do so, keep the dog on their property, getting out, which, as you said before, people are not responsive to that, or they will forfeit the animal somewhere else outside of the village home. So this is an act. We are working on this. We have cited them. I know that you can cite them. You just can't make them pay. You can put liens on the property, things like that, that get affected, when the house goes for sale. But in the immediate time, that's what we're doing now. That is a dangerous job. We're giving the conditions to have to house the animal, to keep it safe, to keep away from other humans and domesticated animals.
Okay. My last new order of new business, I see the appointments, and the chief is retiring, and all of the appointments. What we haven't talked about, or I haven't asked you yet, is why Mr. Mitchell was fired, and why there was no plaque for him, why there was no any acknowledgement. He's just here one day, he's gone the next day, and I believe that everybody that's worked here before, good, bad, or indifferent, has touched somebody's life, and it feels like he's just gone with no anything. So can you just kind of say why he was fired in that particular manner?
Trustee Brown, with all due respect, he was not terminated. Village administrator was not terminated. That it is the Village of Glenwood's ordinance as the incoming mayor that the appointment of the previous administration terms expires with that of the mayor.
But if the mayor decides to keep whomever they so choose from a previous administration, it's your option to keep whomever you want or let go. I haven't seen that ordinance to say that the village administrator's role expires with the new administration.
Trustee Brown, this is a special meeting, so we certainly can, the letter was included in your board packet, and we can certainly have that conversation, but this is a special meeting, and we would like to move forward with the agenda items that's on the special meeting, so we would. Would like to call a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'm sorry.
What happened to
We have a
all this?
motion for.
Old business, there's no old business. Did you mention it? Oh, I said, okay.
Yeah. So we have a motion to adjourn.
Yes, we do.
And we get the motions. Call the roll. We have a first and a second. We have a first and a second.
Trustee Brown.
Oh, yes.
Trustee Hadnot. Yes. Trustee Mosley.
Yes.
Trustee Hall. Trustee Taylor. Trustee Williams.
Thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate it.